So here we are, we're back in the dungeon. Alright, my garage, my gear room, my everything. So, on this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to my big three. That's my pack, everything I use to sleep and bed down at night, and whatever shelter system I choose to use for that trip. Okay, so a little bit of basics for me. I tend to consider myself an ultralight hiker. So that means everything in my pack, besides food, fuel, and water, weighs under 10 pounds. The reason why I do this is because of my neck and back problems. If I go super heavy, my neck and back compress, and I can't hike if I do that. So for me to be able to actually hike and to go to the places I want as fast as I want and as far as I want, ultralight's the way to go. Now this isn't a lifestyle for everybody. Sometimes it's just the bare minimum so you can make miles. I do go on some more relaxed trips where I bring like a little chair, my Helinox, I'll show that here. I'll bring an extra pillow, like just little things if I'm not going too far, or if we're going on a fishing trip or we got to take rafts. I'll get into the rafting and fishing later in a different video. So, with that being said, my typical June through probably October loadout and good weather is going to be the following. Alright, so my first pack that I'm going to use is going to be my Nashville pack Cutaway. This thing is a 35 liter running vest style pack. There is no hip belt. There is no frame. This thing weighs just under a pound for my pack alone. It is made of Ultra 200 fabric, which they will say is extremely water resistant, but they will not say it's waterproof. I've never had a leak in this, and for me it's been bulletproof. I really do enjoy the running vest. It allows me to put headlamp, snacks, my inReach, and just it makes things very, very accessible. One thing when you're going as far and as fast as we go, stopping is a penalty. Like you do what you can do while you're going. Eating, pretty much anything, putting on suntan lotion, whatever. It's in one of these pouches, no matter what I'm doing, along with easy access to water. These packs are cool nowadays. This one it's a bottom pouch, so it's literally like the very, very bottom portion of it. I use that for snacks and trash, so like I know how many calories I need per day for the mileage I'm doing, and I'll stash those snacks all over the vest or in the bottom pouch. And then as I'm eating on the trail, I'll just smash whatever I need to eat, keep the trash with me, and keep rolling. Now, if it's a colder, more difficult trip or more comfortable trip where I need a little bit more room in a pack, my Old Faithful, or if I'm actually, what I used it mostly for was stocking lakes, I would carry fish in this pack, is my 46 liter, let me see if I can get this, yeah, Light AF Curve. This thing is a beast. It comes frameless, but I take the frame stay out. I don't need it, so I take it out. The big reason why I brought this pack is because I wanted to show you what I use on every pack. So right here, whatever pack I'm running, I will take my Light AF 2 liter fanny pack. So this keeps my phone, this keeps some snacks, and then mostly it keeps like my headache medicine, and some like body glide and stuff like that. Just things that I'm gonna need on the go. Really access. I usually keep my phone in this front stretchy pocket to have my map on me. Oh yeah, bug net's always in there. 100% of the time, always on my bug net. But I love this pack. It's been through a lot. Like, it's been repaired, and this thing's probably got 500-600 miles on it by now. But it's my baby, and I'll run it until it dies. Okay. So those are the two packs that I'm using, or I have been using. I actually have a new pack on the way. I'll put a picture of it and a link of it in here. It's from Darwin, a big time YouTuber named Darwin on the Trail. Guy really inspired me in a lot of what I do and how I hike and how I move. He started his own gear company, and he has a 40-liter Eco pack that's right at a pound, and it's just he made it specifically for like what we do. He's the same height, same build as me, so I really look forward to getting that. And if that works out, that'd probably be the only one I use. It's a 40-liter. It's right in between that 35 and 46 that I have. So I think it'll just cover all the niches that I need to use to run. So outside of my packs, the next most important thing to me is my sleeping pad. A lot of people still use closed foam cell pads, kind of like the ones we had in the Army. I refuse. I use one of two sleeping pads. I use, in the cold months, the only thing that I will use, if it's going to drop below 30, I'm probably bringing this. And this is my Thermarest Neo Air X Therm. This thing is bulletproof. There's videos of people like literally like using these as inner tubes and sledding on them. It has an R value of 7.5, which means it can go below any temperature I'm ever going to go. And it's super thick. People say it's loud. I'm deaf. I don't think it's loud, and I sleep with earplugs in. But most of the time when I take that pad, I end up sweating. So it's really got to be really cold for me to take that out. I also take this, and this is it's your typical Thermarest Neo Air X Light, but this is the NXT, which is an updated version. It is now a 3-inch thick pad. It's a little bit quieter, and the R value is at 4.5. So with that being said, I will take this now all the way down to probably 20-25 degrees with no issue. I've never had an issue popping one of these. They're bulletproof for me. I know people do have issues, but Thermarest will fix or replace anything, and I run these until they die. What I also always bring is, no matter what, is my Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch thick closed foam cell pad, whatever. This is my sit pad. This is my sleeping pad protector. This is, I'm gonna take a nap or a siesta. This is everything. I mean, you can tell I've beat this thing to crap. There's holes all over it, right? Like, but it is the best $30 investment. What I also do is I will fold it. I like the ones that are fold flat, and I use that as the frame in my frameless backpack. So I'll just slide that into the back of the pack. Gives me some rigidity and a little more comfort. If I don't bring the big one, if it's going to be super hot, I know it's going to be on like granite and I'm not going to kill my pad, I'll just bring this little one. All it is 2 panels. It's the same thing. I just cut off 2. It's a lot lighter. Or if I'm going super ultra light, I'll take this one. But I use this for a sit pad, and I'll also use it for a windscreen to cook with or something like that. Let's see. All right. With my sleeping pad, I always have a pillow. This is the Nemo Pillow Elite. I think it's like 2 ounces or 3 ounces. I'll link all of the descriptions and stuff to all the gear that I'm putting on here. I have to have a pillow. There's no way about it. With my neck and the way it is, if I don't have the right support, I'm not walking. So most of the time this does enough, but if it's something a little more difficult and I know I'm gonna have a tough time, I have a Thermarest padded pillow that I'll bring, and I'll just double stack them. And that is this. This is a small little collapsible Thermarest pillow. This just has a lot more stability and rigidity to it. So if I know it's going to be really, really tough, I'll bring that. Just so I know I'm sleeping good no matter what. Now on to the most exciting part. I have gone through the gambit of tents. I have done freestanding, I have done trekking pole tents, I've done tarps, I've done hammocks, I've done like everything. And for me, 90% of the time, a tarp and a bivvy is going to be enough. So new to me this year, I am not going to be running a tent at all. Last year I ran a Nemo Hornet, which is a semi-freestanding, super light 2-pound tent. I ran that, and I had a Thurston Examid, and I really like them, but they're all overkill for what I do. You gotta understand, when I'm hiking, I wake up, I crawl, I pack, and I walk until it gets dark, and I put something up, and I lay down and I go to sleep. Like, I don't need all these bells and whistles. So this year what we'll be using, me and my hiking buddy, is a combination of two things. So this is a bathtub, and this is a tarp for that bathtub. Combined weight between these, I believe it's under 8 ounces. I'll look it up and post the information below. But this is a Z-Pax Dyneema Hexamid tarp with doors, and this is a bathtub that goes with it. But I mean, this thing is like super light, weighs nothing. It just looks like trash bags, but it's almost bulletproof. If the bugs are going to be back, we don't have them yet, but we ordered. They're on the way. It's a Bora bivvy. It's a Dyneema bottom, and it has no-seam netting on the upper torso. It's like kind of like a bivvy we had in the military, but it's just way lighter, weighs like 4 ounces, and it has some bug protection. We'll run those with the tarps most of the time, and if it's not going to rain, we're just not going to have any overhead cover. If it does get too crazy, I have a 6x8 Hyperlight Mountain Gear tarp. It's Dyneema also, super light, like 2 ounces, and if there's a high probability of inclement weather, we'll probably bring this just to put it up to have somewhere to chill on our sit pads. We really don't like bringing chairs anymore, but if it's going to rain and we can put this up and then have our sit pads, we'll do this, because this is, a chair is a pound, this is 2 ounces. Alright, for the past 4 years, I've been using a quilt. I haven't used a sleeping bag in a long time. What you learn is that with a sleeping pad with a super high R value, you don't need anything under you. So that 4.5 R value on that X-Lite that I use is way more than enough. That'll take me down to 20. So you can use a quilt, meaning that the bottom half under you is, you're not laying on anything. It's just you on the sleeping pad. So I use a quilt. This is a 20 degree Enlightened Equipment Enigma. And that usually gets me through the colder months, and then I have a 30 and 40 and a 10 actually. My son uses the 10, my other son uses the 30, and I run the 40 in the winter, or in the deep summer. Sometimes I'll just bring this little guy, and this is just a sleeping bag liner from Outdoor Vitals, and I run this with my whoopee. Like, if it's August and it's super hot, there's no need to have anything else. I'll run this and my whoopee and I'm good. And the last real thing I'll go over is what I sleep in. That's really important to me. I gotta be comfortable. And I have some really weird quirks on how I do stuff when I go to sleep. So, always have a beanie. I just use a old school, just Carhartt beanie. I mean, they're rugged, they do what they need to do, and that's all I care about. I sleep extremely hot, which means I need less, like, layers and everything to stay warm, especially in the colder months. I've caught myself sweating and, like, sub-freezing. Now, the issue with that is I got extremely cold feet, bad circulation, whatever it is, so even into the summer months, I'm bringing my outdoor vitals down booties. They weigh nothing, and my feet stay warm, and that's all I care about. If it's super cold and we're going like snowshoeing, I'm bringing outdoor vitals down balaclava. It is what it is. If it's cold, you gotta do what you gotta do. And then my top layers that I always use is gonna be probably my Melanzana or my Senchi's Design Alpha Grid. Both of these are great. There's just so much overhype on the Melanzana. I love this thing though. They're super hard to get. You can only buy them from one store in Colorado. You can get them on eBay, but you're gonna way overpay. I just lucky had a friend who got me one. I love that thing. I can hike in that all the way to 40 degrees, and then I have to take it off, but sleeping in it, it's just super comfortable. You'll see me wearing that thing just walking around most of the time. And then the Senchi Designs Alpha Grid, whatever, it's the new Fandango stuff. I only got this color because it was the only thing in my size at the time, but this stuff is awesome, man. I'll run this. This is most likely what I'll sleep in, and then I'll run this up to 50 degrees. If it's not going to be super cold, I'm not bringing the Melly. I'm bringing this, and I just see those two things as interchangeable. Always, no matter what, have my Smart Wool 150 weight tights. I'll sleep in these if it's cold, but mostly I just have them on in the morning to throw my Patagonia shorts on over. I wear 7-inch Patagonia shorts. They got zipper pockets, and that's why I really like them, and they have really good support. So in the morning when it's cold, I'll throw on my tights with my shorts over, and I'll take off once it gets above freezing-ish. I'll just take the tights off and keep rolling. The only other thing that I have to carry with my setup is, since I use a tarp, I carry 2 of the Gossamer Gear carbon fiber LT5 trekking poles. Got the Luco tape on there. These things are awesome. They've probably got 500-600 miles on them, and I beat the crap out of them. They're super light. They get the height I need for my tarp, and it's really all I care about. So that's my big 3. I'll get this video cleaned up, and then I'll get it posted. I'm not sure what gear I'll go into next. Probably go into like my cook pot, my cooking system, because that's interesting for probably a lot of people don't know what cold soaking and stuff is, and I do that. So I'll get into that, and then, you know, nutrition, how I eat, just some other stuff, and shoes, and yeah, that's about it.